Right, we're on 3 very easy steps to hit driver further and straighter. Guaranteed. This was a bit of an eye-opener for me, and it's going to help your golf. Are you ready to hit driver better? Me too. So our aim today is to hit driver further and better in only 3 simple moves. 3 moves only. That is absolutely miles. That felt really good. Now I did 3 things there that you will not even have noticed at address or at impact or anywhere down the line. First thing I did was simple. I had an ultra wide stance, giving myself the best opportunity to use ground forces with a wide stance. Now when I say wide stance, there is a limit. You can go too far and compromise things, so I brought my stance in a little bit from there obviously, but it was still a lot wider than normal. Dress position, ball position is inside left heel. I think about left armpit, so lead armpit there. Let me go face onto the camera for this. There, lead armpit. So I'm effectively here, taking a small step with my lead foot, and a large step. I mean a large step there. Now my shoelaces, middle of my feet, outside my shoulders. That's where I want to be. I can now use the ground more. If I'm standing still and I'm trying to apply speed through impact, then I'm going to wobble off this narrow base. As I mentioned, I can be too wide, which is going to hamper things. So it's trying to find that balance in between the two, which I'm sure you will. For that one there, I effectively took a small step. I start with my feet together, in line with the golf ball, ball in the middle of my stance. I take a small step with my lead foot, and a very large, it feels like a very large step with my trail foot. Then from there, I'm now ready. I can use my lower body. I'm not strong. Clearly, but I do a lot of running, so I've got a bit of power here and a little bit of power here. I'm going to use that power from a wider stance to be able to use the ground more to hit that ball further and arguably straighter, because I'm able to keep the low point or the club compressing the golf ball better for longer, because I've not moved out of my address position or wobbled off that central base that I'm standing on. Part 2. Part 2 is a one-piece takeaway. Everything moves in one go. Do not set the driver. You're like, what? Do not set the driver. No, do not set the driver. Let the driver set itself. We need the width. We need club head width. We need that arc to get out there. I don't go with it. I have my stable base there. I let the club nice and wide out here, like so. This wrist hinge, I've not set it in there and started. With irons, yes, because we want the compression. We want ball turf, we want a steeper angle of attack. With the driver, we don't. So I'm here, nice and wide, brilliant. Up to the top. When I get to the top, a wrist hinge will happen. Started to rain. It's lovely a minute ago. A wrist hinge will happen. Wide stance. There, good. One piece takeaway, right hip, right shoulder, right arm, club head, all move in one go, and the wrists have done nothing. I'll get to a point somewhere on this journey back, the wrists will hinge. I do not put it in, I do not try and teak it out, it naturally happens. It will happen somewhere along that line there. If I put it in artificially, then at the top of my swing I've nothing really to give back, because I've just set it in there, let it naturally go in there and it'll come back out. Also, going back to part 1, my address position with the wider stance, you'll see at the top of my swing I'm in a bit of a more squatted position, which allows me to use the ground. So I'm there, one piece takeaway at the top, I'm a little bit more squatted, ready to use the ground on the way down. So one piece to there, great. 2 bombs, that was good. There we go. So we've got ourselves a nice stable base. Shoelaces outside the shoulders. We've got a one-piece takeaway, which creates the width, of course, radius. The wider the radius, the larger or wider the radius, yep. The faster the club head's going to swing without us having to put any more energy in. Part 3 now is what happens at impact. Speed in the golf swing. Where is the fastest part of the golf swing? We have to think about the speed being at the bottom of the golf swing. Do not think about speed from the top. That is a major distance and accuracy killer. I guess with all clubs, more so with driver, because we swing harder and faster. I'm set, I'm good. I'm here, I'm tilting away, I'm all set, my wide stance, my one-piece takeaway. I get to the top and I don't want to be fast from there. I do not want to be fast from there. That's going to pull. Don't want that. I want to get up here, back down there. So I have to focus on the speed being at the bottom of the golf swing. Okay. Now how do I do that? Well, exactly, how do I do that? Set, good, one piece, good, let the hinge happen at some point, and then speed's at the bottom, so the speed is effectively from here to here. That's 3. 3 great drives. It's amazing when you talk yourself through what you're doing, how you can execute. Now, my speed was at the bottom of my swing there. My speed came from, I got to here, it came from there, down into impact and away. 2 reasons that happened, you'll never have noticed there. One was from the address position with the wide stance, which gave me that squatting position at the top. So a little bit more squatted, which gave me power to use the ground on the way back down. So I let the club drop and then I used the power to apply the speed from here. My body went up, club head went down, speed. Second one though, to take the focus away from swinging fast from the top. This is class. I simply had a little pause. Now you wouldn't have seen the pause, I felt the pause. I could feel a small pause at the top of my backswing. Now I was aware I put it in, and as I say, you probably won't even notice this, but I'm aware I've put it in. And that's what's controlled the speed and allowed the speed to be down at the bottom of the golf swing instead of the top of the golf swing. So effectively I've got a wider stance, brilliant. I've effectively just kicked my right foot further out. Kicking my right foot further out lowers my right shoulder, therefore my head is more behind the golf ball. So from there to there, that gives me my squatting position at the top after my one-piece takeaway. Then from there a little pause at the top, which allows time for me just to get my body working using the squat to lift up. Then the club head gets thrown down at the fastest point at the bottom of the swing. That's the first time in about 6.5 minutes I've stopped talking. I'm set, I'm great, I'm one-piecing it all the way to the top. The hinge will come in somewhere, I don't care where, I'm not even going to try and put it in. There, I've got a little pause and back down. Okay, tell you what, I've hit fairways here. I've got a nice high tee, I want this ball up the way, I want to launch this ball into the air. 3 things, address position, takeaway, speeds at the bottom. Address position, takeaway, speed at the bottom. Address position, my takeaway, my speed's at the bottom. What puts the speed at the bottom? A little pause at the top. Okay, I can't hit that any better. I cannot hit that any better. I hope this has helped your driver. It will help your driver. It's 3 simple ways to hit driver better, further, longer, more out the middle, so you'll hit more fairways, which in turn should make iron play easier, which in turn makes your short game better, which in turn leaves shorter putts. And a result of that, lower handicap. You're very welcome. Check out my website, check out the link in the description to the Loft and Lie golf glove. That's very important. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.